All right, what is up, team? Hey, I'm Chuck with Traders War Room, and we're gonna get started. We'll let people come in as they come in. We got a lot of people that come in as they choose, and they're usually not punctual. So we'll let them do that. But this is going to be the aftermarket review, and I wanted to start off with a little motivator video. It's about 1 minute long. It's our promo. I want to share it with you guys, get you guys excited because the week is done, but we're going to start getting plans in motion for next week and moving on because earnings season is upon us. So please, let's check out this video real fast. Legal disclaimer, not financial advice. The content is for entertainment and education purposes only. You're responsible for everything you do. We want you to have fun, use caution, and always go to war. Check out our website, traderswarroom.com, a true one-stop shop for all traders and investors. We got something for everybody over there. You need to check us out. Discord, man, we got free and paid services, and we got a great community of like-minded individuals over there. We are truly attacking, conquering, and destroying the market. Even in this choppy market, man, people are still making money. We're doing our thing at Traders War Room. Check us out. Here's some of the services, but we got what we're going to do is we're just going to cover some stocks and charts and get plans in motion, but we got tons of services, something for everybody. And you get a 5-day free trial with our premium 2.0 only over at Traders War Room, the Discord. We got one-on-one mentoring focusing on you. I talked with a couple of people earlier today and already booked some sessions for this weekend. You guys need to spin yourself up on this because it's focused on you. It takes a look at your strategies, your plans, refines it, and tries to get something going that can make you be consistently profitable. We got the Zoom classes. We've taken a little break in April for upcoming classes because we were pushing out tons of classes, but coming in May, we're coming out swinging, guys, and we got a bunch of classes that are ready to go and get back in there, but we got a huge inventory of historical classes, and all of the classes have extremely value and extreme amounts of content and quality, and for $15 a pop, guys, you're not going to beat the price for what we're putting out. Our artificial intelligent bot, guys, we call it the Terminator. It takes these values, it calculates it through history and produces ticker. It takes charts that look like this. You guys probably had your charts when you first began trading looking like this. Lots of great value, but man, this is messy and it is busy, okay? It makes the alerts like that. Okay, the Terminator bot does that automatically. So it takes charts like this and turns them into like this, okay? Clean, easy to understand alerts so that you can make money and know exactly what you're getting into, man. And it will destroy the marketplace, and it's doing so even in this chop. Now, we want you to invest in yourself in 2022. We hope you do that with Traders War Room. And with that said, guys, thank you, and let's get started. So start putting the tickers that you want to cover in the chat group. And let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to cover a couple up front because they're important, and we're going to go ahead and knock it out. So first thing we're going to do is we'll talk about SPY. All right, SPY. As you guys know, this is the S&P 500 ETF. And what's important about this thing is this is extremely telling on overall market sentiment, okay? And as you see with SPY, we closed on a red day and we closed at the bottom, all right? So what does that tell me? Well, it tells me that potentially over this long weekend, people were trying to go in cash in hand. And we talked about that earlier in the live session. Cash in hand is important, especially in the sentiment of the marketplace is so volatile, and going long on the marketplace is definitely low sentiment, okay? It's a bear type of sentiment currently right now. So I'm not surprised that this went down low. But what usually happens and what I'm expecting to happen will be we come out on Monday on the gate, we come out swinging with a bunch of green upward momentum. And if we can hold those levels, we'll probably have a fairly good beginning part of the week before we start to recede back down and probably heading to a little bit lower lows. Okay, I'm expecting SPY to come back down to these levels around here, 425s, 430s, you know, that level, because of just general sentiment. However, I'm expecting the big push on Monday from everyone being bottled up and not being able to trade and all that stuff. So we're definitely paying attention to it. Next one I want you guys to pay attention to, QQQ. Understand QQQ looks very similar to the SPY. Why? Well, because the QQQ is heavy into the tech industry, which a lot of the weight of the SPY is in the big juggernaut tech industries. Okay, so the QQQ and the SPY are always going to be fairly similar. Again, another indicator of the overall sentiment. Now, something I didn't cover with the SPYs, I want you to look at this, okay? Anytime we're looking at levels. I want you guys to pay attention to this because this is important to watch this. And especially as you guys are learning how to chart, you need to be able to identify some things. So what we have going on here, past couple of trading sessions, we got what I like to call the megaphone. And you could look this up. I mean, it's not a technical term, but it's basically what it's doing. So this is why I think SPY is going to come back down, okay? It's going to start running up. It's going to rush because it's a weekend, get the money. And it's going to start to close back down and come back. What you're seeing is this megaphone is opening up lower. It's coming up, slowly trickling up a little bit higher, but ultimately going lower and lower and lower. Finally, it's going to make a breaking point and it's going to dip and we're going to start tipping to the bottom of the level. Okay, that's what I'm expecting to do. I'm hoping, I'm a bull at heart, so I'm hoping it shoots up, but reality sets in with the overall sentiment. I'm thinking that this is going to start coming down. This is the cues. The SPY will react in the same way. All right, now we got a couple tickers in here. AMD, of course you want to look at AMD. Now, since you said AMD, I'm going to give you an ETF first on AMD, okay, in AMD sector. This is SOXL, okay? This is a bull 3 times ETF on the semiconductors. So why am I talking about ETFs a little bit? Because I want you guys to understand that ETFs are a little bit safer and a little bit better in the inflation and the scary type of markets, okay? Because it's not just one stock that it's covering multiple stocks. This is a semiconductor 3 times bull, all right? And again, it kind of looks similar to that other chart, but don't take these out of your radar. You guys need to put these on your radar and watch these because they can definitely make some money when the market's hot to the call side, and also you can make money when the market's cold to the bear side. But going back to AMD, again, notice kind of the trend. You're seeing kind of AMD looking just like SPY, looking like the Qs, looking like that ETF that we just saw. Okay, so we got a pattern, right? When we're looking at AMD, we're looking at the daily chart and we're noticing we kind of got this downward pattern, right? So we have this shelf right here recently, and I'm going to blow it up a little bit so you can see it. All right, so here's our shelf, right? This is the test. This is the battle zone. Think of this as the front line, right? Over here is the enemy territory that we're trying to go out and destroy so we can continue to go up. Right here's the battle, all right? And we keep getting rejected from the battle. We keep going up to the line, getting rejected, up to the line, rejected. We're trying, we got a lot of strong momentum, but still rejected, right? Same thing here, rejected, and we ended on the bottom side, okay? Making that megaphone bigger and bigger and bigger. What I got, I think, is going to do the same thing. We're going to shoot off hard. We're going to try to test this area. If we cannot close solidly above this area, right? And when I say solidly, I mean we want to close at least on a 5-minute candle, okay? We want to close on a 5-minute candle. 15-minute candle would be preferred when we're closing, right? We want to close on 15. That gives us a good indication of trend line, right? But if we can't close above this battle line here, we're gonna continue to drip drip, drip down. Okay. And I just personally can't see this going any further than it already has. I'm just waiting for the reversal. But in this particular market, like I said, this could always continue to go down. And AMD is just one of them. NVDA is the same thing, guys. Look, almost the same type of chart right there. Okay. You still got that big, huge downward, and look where it ended. It ended on the bottom portion of the candle, right? Now, this one's interesting because you do have an outside bar. This bar is called the outside bar. This bar is the inside bar. So you got trigger levels that it could potentially come back in and narrow in. But right now, we're looking as though that we're probably still looking for a little rush on Monday because people are putting money into it and excited for a new market, new you type of thing. And then ultimately, we're probably going to head down if the sentiment isn't there. Some other ones on lines with NVDA, I want you to pay attention to MU. MU is a little less volatile, a little less choppy than those other ones. It's not as popular. That's why it's not as much money flowing into it. But this one's a good one to pay attention to as well because we're at a shelf here. Now, we do have some downward pressure on MU, but we're out of shelf. So this one could definitely potentially, reverse, and we could come back up because we are a little bit closer to that 9 EMA, which means momentum is still around us. We're on the bottom side of it, but momentum is still within reach. All right. So definitely paying attention to the shelf because if we can hold this level, we'll probably start pricking back up. And that's a nice little $3, $4 move right there on MU. Let's look at something else. Norwegian. What's Norwegian? Is that the stock or never looked at that again? Norwegian cruise liner. All right, we'll look at that. Norwegian cruise line. All right, the cruise liners, fairly good. What I'm liking about the cruise liner is we're starting to see the signs of the reversal, and we got a little bit of confirmation on the reversal coming, right? Well, we're looking for the reversals. We see this right here. We got one good green day, okay, that closed. Then we had this same day. Now look at this volume here, 16 million volume, 12 million volume. Still no big, this is a lot of volume and stuff, but I want you to see where the price action, the main price action on Norwegian cruise liners was at. Look at this, between like 1269 and like literally 1257 right there. That's the main part of the price action, right? So it definitely closed tight, except for a few of these wicks, but usually wicks are rejection anyways, right? So it closed tight right there. What I would like to see is I would like to see this close good and shoot out on Monday, and I think it can. And I think we can come back up and try to test these higher levels, this 22.91, 23. I think it will do just fine. Wells Fargo, yep, got you. Nike or PK, Parks, Hotel and Resorts. Now, I've never looked at this one, so I'm not sure what this one is all about. Now, I do want you to be cautious with these reopening and leisurely activity stocks, okay? The only reason why is because the Biden administration put out some guidance. We're all happy that we're not wearing masks and being mandated and all this type of stuff. For the most part, I know some places are a little bit different, but they're talking about making it still mandatory for federal employees in certain areas and stuff like that to have the mask and having the emergency, orders in place for the COVID-19. So it's still, even though we've kind of gotten used to it, it's still present. It's still not there. I do not like the way this closed with the inverse hammer. I don't like those. I think we got some downward pressure on this one coming. Looks like, and the MACD looks like we're trying to cross back down on that one. So we crossed down here. We couldn't cross up. We couldn't curl up. I think that we're looking at some downward pressure here, guys. So I'm not sure on this. If you want to go long on it, I'd be hesitant on this one. The volume is 3 million, 4 million, 2 million, 2 million. So the volume's elevated still. However, we're elevated to the more selling than buying going on. And we're at the bottom of this inverse hammer. So just be cautious if you're going long on this one. Nike, man, didn't you get in that Nike trade earlier today? Like I didn't trade Nike after last week, and we had Nike trade that I had go sour. We got into Nike over here, and we thought over here we thought we were getting to get the continuation to the upside, and then we had the evening star right here. that sent us down. If you guys don't know what this is, the Evening Star, you guys need to go to my website and look at my candlestick class that I got there, $15. Change your life. I promise you, you'll know what this is and you'll know what this is and what it symbolizes on both. Right here and right here. If you don't know how to read candlesticks, man, I broke down some important patterns right there for you. But we thought we were going to get the continuation from here. Failed us, came back down, but then boom, Nike just killed it today. Look at that gap up from here, 127 to 128, and just boomed. Okay, potentially we could have some continuation on this one. Nike wants to run. It's been beat down. Nike doesn't like to be beat down too much. However, the confirmation for a true bull run is right here, right about here, 136. So we need some more movement to identify that, yes, indeed, we're in a true bull run to the upside. Once we get that confirmation up here, then we start thinking about going long, 1 week, 2 weeks out and stuff like that. Other than that, we're just playing it by ear. We're following the market sentiment. If it's running on some bull calls. If it's a dragon, put it on some puts. Wells Fargo. Yeah, we got in a Wells Fargo trade, didn't we? Yes, we did. Oops, that's not the one. All right, Wells Fargo. Banking, guys, okay? Now, Wells Fargo, we're going to come back to this in just a second. I want to show you this first. XLF. All right. This is the ETF that covers the financial sectors. Now, it covers the big boys, all right? The Wells Fargo, the Bank of America, the JP Morgan, the Goldman Sachs, all those guys. So this one is important to understand, okay? Even though we're still on a downtrend, right? Okay, we are looking pretty good, like this is a shelf. And what I'm expecting, especially with tons of earnings coming out and earnings season started, I'm expecting this to fluctuate to the upside. So I'm expecting us to start pushing. Now, I don't know if we're going to get all the way up here. I don't know. Depending on how the earnings do. JPM did not do as well on earnings, but not every bank is on the same levels with the same type of securities and investments. So, Goldman Sachs, Morgan Stanley, Bank of America, all of those still are due to do their reporting and stuff. So we got some pressure coming in. So hopefully they do fairly well, but we're looking at this to the upside and hoping that we can at least pull out, the 37s, the 38, get a little run, at least maybe even a test to these levels. Now, going into individual stocks, Bank of America, all right, down low, lower than I thought it was going to go, but we're looking for that reversal, okay? Bank of America doesn't like to stay low for very long. You can notice it here, even on the dip here, dip-de-doo, and then it made its decision, 7th, the 8th, and then boom, the 9th it decided to run, right? We're hoping the same thing happens over this long weekend for Bank of America. Wells Fargo, the one that was coined, looking at the same thing. We're down here, shelf, right here. We even dipped below the shelf, the previous shelf, and we're looking for that run, okay? It did its little J hook. It dipped down. Enough's enough. People need to start buying in. Investors are getting interested. When it comes down to these level, think of that Django type of thing, right? When it dipped like this, it had our curiosity. We were like, what's going on? It dips down here. Now it got our attention, okay? We're expecting this to run hard the next day, all right? What's the next ticker we got? Hey, is that all the tickers you guys got? I know I got more. I got like 8 people in here. Throw out some tickers. Let's look at them. I want to look at Tesla because if you guys didn't know, Elon Musk trying to do some Elon Musk things that he does with his Elon Musk type of money, and he's trying to purchase Twitter. Now, this could be good and bad thing. Okay, expect this. If this merger if this buyout or something starts to get steam, and it seems like it could be a possibility, okay, expect Tesla to jump up initially, trying to it's going to probably react with a jump up because it's going to be seen as bullish sentiment. But then once the money start flowing from the actual purchase, okay, it's trying to purchase Twitter for like $55 a share. All right, expect it to dip because that's going to come out of the overhead costs of this. Okay, so people are going to be leery about such an investment all up front, right? All right, now we got that. Now Twitter, TWTR. Okay, pay attention to this one, right? So typically, historically, when you see hostile takeovers, and this is the scenario that could play out for Twitter, right? It's going to continue to come down a little bit. And if we get what's called a hostile takeover, where now that he's, majority owner of Twitter and he kind of has to say so, even though he's not a board of directors, stuff like that, there could be some wiggle room that it could be a potential hostile takeover. And you're going to start seeing Twitter fly to the sky. Okay. And it's not necessary that it's worth all that and stuff, but it's going to fly to the sky on just implied volatility. Okay. So paying attention to that. Until that happens, I expect Twitter to probably come back down a little bit more, trying to refill this gap that it had from when, Musk got into the buying of Twitter. We're probably going to start filling this gap a little bit to the downside. So pay attention to that a little bit. All right. Looking at a couple more. XOM, energy. We like what we're seeing with the energy sector, guys. I'm telling people when I talk to them, okay, I'm telling these people that you need to start thinking about going long in the energy sectors. Look, we're about to start breaking these patterns, okay? We got, I mean, if you're not seeing this, this is what you guys need to be watching here. All right. We got our shelf here, and we got a nice looking upscale pattern coming. I can't be a crystal ball, but looking at the dates or something, maybe April 26th, by the end of April, we start to peak past this, at least testing this area. Okay. Pay attention to this, because it's looking as though that these are trying to make the new highs and trying to find their levels. Here's the previous new high. It's looking to break out of this pattern, and we're looking at continuation. I'm thinking long out. If you're going contracts, I'm thinking you might want to go out at least a month on contracts, as much as your portfolio can handle. NU, I don't know about NU. I haven't looked at this ticker. Looks like we got an inverse cup happening. Sometimes what you see with those is that the inverse cup happens, comes down, and then you start to see the V-shaped recovery. Other times you see the inverse cup happening and it doesn't get the handle, and it just keeps going down, 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 slowly. It looks like we're having kind of a trickle effect. It's trying to make its decision. So it could be a slow descent. I'm not sure what this is though. Let's look at volume. 5, 4, 6, 4, 7. Okay, so volume's about consistent. It was a little higher here, of course, when we had the 3 soldiers. I'm a little 50-50 on this one, because I don't know this chart, but just looking at the TA, okay, we're consolidating right here. We come from a thick candle here, 750, 703. So, I guess pretty decent price action movement for this stock, and we're consolidating hard. Okay, so we're probably expecting a little bit of, a little hoppity hop, a little dippity do, a little hoppity hop, dippity do before it makes the decision on where it wants to go. If I had to guess based off of just this TI alone, I'm thinking we got a little bit more downside, probably coming down here to test this area. It looks like it tried to push up pretty high and it couldn't hold these higher levels. Buffett added. Okay, Buffett added. Did he add it back here at the 1183? So if Buffett added, I wonder if he added it back here in February, and it's just now being disclosed. So, because that would explain the spike up and then the dippity do. So 928. Okay, yeah. All right, makes sense. So here's another thing. Okay, if Warren Buffett added this, you can rest assured that new is most likely a value play. Okay, he doesn't do much growth plays. He does more value plays. So this one's more for the long haul. So we probably got some more downward pressure, and then it's going to have its slow overtime coming. I wonder what it looks like on the weeklies. Yeah, it's pretty new company, so we don't have much on the weeklies. Yeah, so that's what I would assume. We got some more downward pressure coming, and then it's probably going to be one of those good long holds that you can dollar cost average in and roll it out. All right, next one. XLU, then I got you on SoFi and PaySafe. Don't worry. XLU. Utilities. Utilities have been fire, haven't they? Look at that chart. That's a fire chart. Consolidating. Got a little like wedge coming on here. Looking like we got potentially a breakout. Again, if we can get, a little pressure to the upside, that's a breakout. That's breakout city right there. Look at that. So when we look at wedges here, here, right? There's our wedge, right? From the downward, here's our pull coming from the downward. Here's our wedge. Tight, figuring out a direction. We're going to come and figure out the direction. It's probably going to break. You know, I would wager around next week around, you know, Friday or so, we're going to come to a decision point, and it's either going to break to the upside, trying to make a new high, or we're going to probably low down. And looking at this thing, looks like probably the next test for consolidation would be about this shelf here, 75.41 or 74.46, something like that. So definitely paying attention to this one. I like it. Utilities have been doing very well. All right, SoFi. All right, SoFi, guys. I went long on SoFi. I got a leap out 2023. January 2023, I got a $7.50 leap. I believe in SoFi over time. I don't believe in it right now. I think SoFi is going to struggle, especially without the loan repayment, with those being halted. I think they struggle because that's one of their main parts of their industry. So I think they struggle for a little bit, but I got a feeling we're going to start to see it shape out, find its bottom, probably down around here. You know, I'm thinking around here. I can't see this going any lower. It could always go lower, but I just can't see it going any lower than, you know, where we're at now by, you know, a few cents, finding its bottom, consolidate. And then I think we start to run up. I think Chamath comes out with some sort of amazing plan to make some money or something like that. And we get a nice rush, and we'll be able to capitalize on our leap that we have, and we have time. So now, if you're considering this one, I don't know about options other than going leaps. I wouldn't want to go puts on this one because I don't think it has that much more downward pressure. I mean, look at this volume. Look at this volume. 42 million volume, 39 million volume. And how much did it move with all that volume? 7.7, 727. I mean, so like it moved, you know, 30, 40 cents with all that volume, guys. Okay. Definitely it's a battle. It's a struggle. It's finding its consolidation points. It's finding its support level down here. I would not advise going on puts unless you're trying to day trade them. But share accumulation, guys, share accumulation, buying this for the long haul is highly, I would like you guys to consider that for sure. Pay safe. I like pay safe. Here we go. Pay safe. I'm liking what I'm seeing with pay safe on the daily. You know, this chart's kind of erratic. You know, you see, you know, it's trying to make up its mind. Well, we got a shelf up here. We came down, cooled down. We found our bottom, and we're starting our pattern up. I like this little wedge pattern that we got going up. I think we can see, I think we keep going up and eventually testing these levels here, you know, 352, you know, something like that. And then maybe even going up to 370. If we can close above this level, we're looking nice for continuation to the upside. I got a feeling though, we're going to start climbing. We're probably going to go up and test, and then we're going to get rejected and probably cool down again before we start to make a run. What's our volume look like? 3 million, 3 million, 7 million, 7 or 14. So our volume's starting to decrease, but we're still staying tight. So that tells me we're trying to make a decision. I got a feeling we're going to push to the upside, find resistance, and then cool down. All right, gotcha. Oxy, XLF. We just did XLF already. We'll do Oxy. All right, we did Oxy the other day, and we like Oxy. Here's a little makeshift rectangular pattern that we saw from the last jump, right? Low level, 47.71, high level, and we're being conservative because we could always go up here, but we're being conservative. 61.71. We're continuing to trade on the upper half of this. I think we're going to test this area sooner than later. I think we do it and potentially break from this. This is another one of those trades that's along the lines of XOM and CVX and stuff like that. I think we're trending up to go test this. We break through it and we try to find a new high. So I like this one. McDonald's. All right, McDonald's. You guys know McDonald's is considered a consumer staple. You believe that? They're so popular that they're considered a consumer staple in some markets. Okay, I like McDonald's. We kind of came down, we cooled down a lot from this level here, but in my opinion, we're on our way up, back up to this level to test. Okay, it's going to be, you know, nothing's moving super fast in this particular market. Cooling down. I think we start to get our reversal coming to the upside. Here's our test though. So if you're looking to go on something long, you know, out a month, maybe 2 months, maybe even 3 months for a mini leap, McDonald's would be a good case for that one. Nice increase on the incline. Nice little pattern here, looking to reverse. Here's your shelf right here from the previous, you know, resistance point. So yeah, 261, I like it. I think we go up there and we try to test it. T. Now you're not going to like my analysis on T, but T is one of these that you just buy shares, guys. You just buy shares and you hold it, okay? No options on T. You just buy shares and you hold it because look, I mean, even in, I mean, these are flukes. These movements here are just flukes, but even then, they're not even that much movement. 2405, 2512, okay, $1 movement, not even much. But look at the majority of the consolidation. It's all just in the pennies, 25 and 50 cents, if that, okay? It's been doing that for years. We can go back on T and look at T, and it consolidates like that for years. Look at this. And this is weeklies, okay? Consolidates for long times just in pennies, okay? So what I consider this for, share accumulation, buying it for shares. I think they're still paying out a dividend. Yep, paying out a dividend. So yeah, buy this. It's cheap. Get your shares on and just keep dollar cost averaging in on it. I wouldn't play options on this. Moulin. This is that EV play, cheap penny stock EV play. This is betting on the EV boom. Okay. If you want to go in on this, we got a nice cup and handle, right? Here's our cup. Here's our handle. Nice little, and this is nice slow decrease, right? So we're looking at, this is a downward trend of consolidation, you know, and so we're looking for a decision. It's going to either go, you know, it's either going to continue going down this way. What I think is going to happen is once we get some nice sentiment with the EV sector and this Honda spending on the EV could spark this boom. The GM's Hummer, you know, coming out, the electric Hummer could spark this boom, or Ford's new EV plans that they have with the Mustangs could all spark this boom. Something from Tesla could spark this, and this thing will shoot up. But until people start to buy all in on the EV boom, this thing's going to continue consolidating. And once we get that news, they'll probably run with it, especially if one of those companies acquire this. That'd be nice. CENN. What is this? Electric Group. I don't know what this is. Hey, who CENN, is this an EV company as well? It looks very similar to like Moulin. If it's an electric group, same thing applies with this. It looks like it's cheap, maybe batteries, something like that. GFAI. Ooh, I don't like this. This is too sporadic. This is a true penny stock. Definitely doing its thing, sporadic and everything. And it's hard to tell the direction. I don't know. It looks like it's on a downward trend. BCS Lily. Yep, get you guys. Then we're gonna close up and let you guys get to your Easter weekend. Yeah, I think this got a little bit more downward pressure. It came up hard, gap down, and we're just on the downward spin. I think it comes back down to test these areas here, 50 cents and stuff like that. So could always pop, but penny stocks are really, you know, particular on that. They'll run up hard and then they'll sell off even harder, and they'll usually come back to just a little bit above where they started making their run. So 50 cents will be my guess here in the near term. BCS. All right, BCS. Looks like it's trying to reverse down here. Trying to reverse. Came down. It's come down hard. I mean, really hard over the period. Looks like it's trying to reverse. This is tight action. Volume is up on it, which is always good. And look at this. This could be potential reversal. Mark this one down and watch this one. Okay, we're actually above the 9 EMA, which is showing momentum in our way. Okay, momentum going away. We're wide. We start to cool down. 9 EMA comes in. Now we got momentum on our way, looking to the upside. So pay attention to this one. Look like we got some upward momentum. Lilly. All right, I'm going to do Lilly to BNGO, and then we're going to get out of here, guys. Lilly, healthcare. Look at it. Boom. Love this stock. Nice stock. Nice cooldown periods too. If you look on the weekly, you can usually time the cooldown periods. It usually comes in sets. So when you get a cooldown week, you'll usually get a couple weeks cooldown period. So since we got a cooldown week here and we're at the bottom, expect maybe a little cooldown period coming in as well on Lily. Unless they got something in the pipeline that's super hot, expect a little cooldown. People are going to start profit taking. But looking on the daily, yeah, it looks like we got one more close, and we got our 3 crows coming to the downside, probably coming down to test 297, 291, 290, something like that. But I do like Lily. Lily's a long-term investment. And BNGO. BNGO was his name, right? A little laugh. Okay. Oops, I didn't do it. All right. Another one that's you're betting on the future here, okay? And at this price where it's at, because it was super hot back in the day, right? Remember when BNGO was up here $15, $16, man, and then all of a sudden just coming down, okay? This is one of those that you're betting on the future. And at these prices where you're at here, this is too easy to go in and start accumulating shares. I wouldn't be looking, if I was investing in this particular stock, I would not be looking to sell this anything shorter than 2 to 3 years. Okay, so this is a 2 to 3 year type of hold. I would not go in on options on this, as they're not, I mean, it's not making money on options. Okay, I mean, when you can see that it does have some spikes, but I just don't like it for options. This is more of a share accumulation, in my opinion. All right, guys. Hey, so that's it. I want to wish you guys a happy Easter holiday. I want to thank you guys for rocking with Traders War Room. I want to hope that you guys come take a look at what we got to offer at traderswarroom.com. And I'm going to take this and I'm going to spin this and put it on YouTube so you guys have it as a reference point. I want you guys to thank you for your support and loyalty. And always remember, we're looking at the stock market like it's a war zone. Stocks and sectors, those are our battles. Hey, I see you, Nay. It's our battle. We're doing it together as a team. Cool? And I want you guys to rock it out. And if you guys are ready, follow me and let's go to war together. Come check us out at traderswarroom.com and join the Discord. Peace, y'all.